Those who give them speed, I know it is the most. For us to make it home, through them you're not seeing a teach. Them high statistics.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, that's St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning to you. Good morning to you wherever you are on this beautiful Monday morning here in SVG. And I've been joined by Rajiv Providence this morning.
Morning, everyone.
Roleza is out on a week vacation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I hope she enjoyed the whole week vacation.
So
she really need it.
Have to try to survive, you know.
Yeah, she really need it. Good morning, Roleza. I hope you enjoy your little 1 week vacation. And now you head down to Mustique.
Oh.
And just wish you all the best. Enjoy yourself, girl. You know what I mean? So, Rajiv, how was the weekend?
It was a nice one, man. Nice and chill.
Nice and chill for you.
Well, yeah, for me. Otherwise, there are some unfortunate situations that took place over the weekend, involving firearms.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's say good morning to everybody, all the folks who heading to work this morning. Wherever you're heading this morning, good morning to you. It's a Monday morning, as I mentioned earlier on this morning. So this morning, we're going to be chatting a bit about, multiple things that happened in Kingstown over the weekend. Boy, so much thing happening in Kingston, boy. Why Kingston?
Yeah.
And of course, we heard about this morning of another shooting somewhere down on the leeward side of the island, Chateaubriand. So on this one, I think this one is on Saturday, all right, in Kingston, a male riding a bicycle through Miller Street and near Williams and Williams La Forme and Bonadi Supermarket number 1 in the nation's capital escaped a gunman attack Saturday morning. It is understood the gunman wearing a mask launched his assault on the cyclist from the Kingston vegetable market side. The gunman allegedly fumbled to pull the weapon from his waist. Then the weapon allegedly jammed on discharging the first round and jam again. Second round discharge still did not find its target. Instead, the bullet hits a motor car on the street, piercing the windshield. The alleged target abandoned the bicycle and fled the scene. No indication that he was struck. The gunman was also fled the scene on foot.
Wow.
Situation like this, you could imagine you just walking in Kingston, going about your merry business.
Yeah, Saturday morning shopping.
Yeah, Saturday morning
picking
shopping
up some
with
greens
some
and stuff.
groceries. And gunman just offload gunshot.
It's
wrong tongue.
It's kind of crazy to think how things have changed throughout the years. Before time people used to say, "Boy, I mean, want to out my house past any late time, past 11 o'clock, because that's when all the craziness happening." But this is high time, Saturday morning, in a busy area like that too, not too far from where people will be shopping at near the vegetable market, the through Middle Street. The people usually buy the things and they walk through there. You might take your young ones out with you.
I don't know, but there's some areas in Kingston that I'm fear to walk sometimes.
Is Middle Street one of them?
That street is one of them.
Really?
And, sometimes through Paz Avenue as well. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable walking through.
Because
if I don't have to walk through there, I won't walk through.
Is that because of what they see in the news pertaining to certain events?
Yeah.
But it's funny enough, with everything that's happened, I've never had like a fear of those areas. I don't know if it's because growing up, used to walk through there a lot now. Coming from school, from the library, when it used to be down that side. And so I never really had that fear. But then now, with what has happened this weekend, I'm starting to think, should we be more cautious about where we walk in Kingston now?
Boy.
But then it seemed like these things will happen anyway because these gunmen have no discretion.
Yeah, anyway. And we understand there was another shooting, I think, yesterday in somewhere up at the Grenadines Wharf as well.
Yes.
And boy, I don't know. As
that one ended with. Let me see if I can pull that information. We continue all the time. So.
And and as you mentioned this morning, there was an early morning shooting. And okay, there's
the shooting up at the wharf. A 17-year-old female sustained a gunshot injury and was transported to the hospital, but she's in stable condition. So that one, as you said, up at the wharf, a 17-year-old female was shot.
And she was not the target.
It's believed that she is not the target.
And this one in Chateaubelair, an unidentified man is in critical condition after being shot in Chateaubelair sometime early this morning. As police continue investigation into what is now the fourth shooting incident reported across St. Vincent and the Grenadines in recent days. The shooting occurred in an area known as Plan, where the man was found with what appeared to be gunshot wound to his head. Wow. I mean, boy, I don't know.
And you know, with a shot to the head, you know, the intention of the shooter is clear.
Yeah.
They weren't trying. There wasn't a heated argument where they just pull out the firearm to defend themselves or something like that. They're, based on the location of that shot, they had one clear goal in mind, was to end that person's life.
But the question is now, what should how should citizens feel in terms of, you know, walking around Kingston, doing their merry business? How should citizens feel now?
Because the thing about it now, you know, before time we used to say, well, once you know you didn't do anybody anything, you have nothing to worry about.
You can't talk that again.
Because look at this now, the Middle Street shooting, where the vehicle was pierced. Luckily, that person wasn't sitting in their vehicle.
Exactly.
It went straight through the windshield.
Yep.
I think it was said that according to the person, the officers were able to recover the spent shell from their trunk. But you know that person is not involved in anything.
So you think there's a case where we need more, you know, police in Kingston doing more patrol and so forth?
Well, I would say though, in one of the reports that I read over the weekend, it said that the shooter from the Middle Street shooting ran through Paul's Avenue. And I don't know if you remember, not too long ago, maybe a couple of years or a year ago, police used to be stationed in Paul's Avenue. You remember? Right at the entrance and the exit area there.
Yep.
And I was thinking to myself,
but see, this is what happened, right? When there was the incident, I don't know if you remember, they have police station at Ace. There was some incident there some years ago, and they have police station at Ace across the area, heading up to that same area where the incident took place. I don't know if you remember.
I can't recall.
Yeah, and look at what happened.
That's it. Because what I was saying is like the gunman fled into the Paul's Avenue area, but I'm thinking to myself, if the police were still stationed there, that shouldn't have been an option for them to run through there. You know?
Exactly. And to the same area where the Saturday morning shooting took place. If police was stationed there, making their patrol around the area, they will have any option to you know.
And that's the thing. But see, also too, you know, we have to take into consideration how clever the gunmen are these days. Because maybe if the police were stationed there, they might just say, okay, we can't run that route when we finish the shooting because Babylon on that side. We have to switch to a different route or maybe have a getaway vehicle.
Don't get tricked. Some of these guys, they make sure plan out this stuff. Right?
Oh, for sure. Maka, you know, when they watch those heist movies and they're planning a robbery or whatever, they have a thing up on the wall with all the possible options. And so it might not be as sophisticated as that, but these guys do plan. They sit down and they might even have like a more experienced shooter. And you know, the police force themselves said that we're not dealing with the criminals of yesteryear. We're dealing with the modern day criminals who know treating this as a serious profession. You ask yourself, maybe do these guys have like a bachelor's in being criminals now with how well they plan the crimes out now, you know?
And this alone tell you that the amount of you know, guns and ammunition on the street still.
Yeah, even with how much we took off the street in recent times, because every other week you feel like you see a report from the police say, hey, an illegal firearm was taken from this person. They were charged with for having the firearm, the ammunition, and so on. But then we still have
Boy, I tell you, it's really, really sad. As I mentioned that, you could be in Kingston just doing your or maybe, heading to lunch or what have you, and things like this happen.
Yeah, the timing is really concerning.
Yeah.
To see that, 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
On a Saturday morning.
You just pick up your save and a couple of greens and walking through, you're taking a shortcut through Middle Street.
You never know, you might just go and, pay a bill, maybe by singer or what's not. You just say, listen, I'm going in town today, I'm going to pay a bill. I pick up some groceries and bam, something like this happen. You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yes, Trevor is on vacation. She's on a 1 week vacation. Yeah, but I mean, it's sad, eh? It's sad. It's really sad. Is. I mean, I think this is the 4th shooting for the weekend. Yeah, including the one this morning.
And it's spread out. So like I know you mentioned that there's certain areas that you choose to avoid because you don't feel safe.
That is one of the areas.
But then look, the young lady, 17-year-old, shot up at the wharf.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks of the wharf as an unsafe place. The only serious thing that's happened in the wharf in recent time before this shooting was the mass shooting where 5 people lost their lives.
Right, yeah.
But typically people don't think, when they think wharf, they don't think shootings, they think Beckway, Mustique and whatever. They think nice time. So you're up there going up, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to head down to the Grenadines and then this is what's going to happen.
Oh boy.
And that's also outside of this traveling to the Grenadines. There's a supermarket, there's different businesses in the area.
Yeah, and that's the area where the shooting take place Saturday. There's a lot of business in that area. That a lot in terms of wholesale businesses.
Yes.
So you never know, persons just go and, grab this stuff and, things like this happen. I mean, it's really sad.
Yeah.
I'm wondering now what the police is going to do. Is going to have a lot of stop and search, or maybe they just have it as another shooting.
Yeah, but we recently had some stop and search operations, not true?
Oh.
Like during Carnival and thing? Or am I mistaken? Did I not see that?
We have stop and search during Carnival.
Yeah, so I would think, but then maybe I was just say the gunmen are so. I don't want to compliment them, but they're so.
They're clever.
They're clever. They're cunning these days. They're not gonna just be driving around willy-nilly with the serious weapons on them.
Yeah.
Because if we're being honest, the kind of weapons sometimes that we see being confiscated during in these reports, and nothing is a hand. I mean, any gun could really take a life.
Yeah.
But once in a while, they might see one with a crazy magazine attachment or so on. But generally, it's not the kind of guns that.
And as you mentioned, these guys plan out these things. It's not just them guys just wake up in the morning and say, we're going to do this.
Because
they make sure plan it out.
In a lot of cases, according to what the police would share, it seems like these are people who are hired to carry out these things as well. So it's a business, unfortunately.
You're correct. You're correct. All right, so that's gonna wrap things up for this morning's first segment right here on WEFM 99.9. We have traffic talk coming up shortly, and then at 7:45 we have commentary from Live Compton this morning. Stick around, we come back with much more right here on WEFM.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated mornings on WEFM 99.9